Man, so what is up, guys? Airball here, and I'm back in another video. And this is going to be the best 6'7" center build on NBA 2K26. You can play it at the 4, you can play it at the 5. It's really up to you, but it's going to be like kind of like popper kind of build. But without further ado, let's just straight into the video. So we're going to continue here. It doesn't really matter what we choose. We're going to have power forward for the position, 6'7" for the height. The weight is going to be 263. And then the wingspan is going to be 7'1", so that way we get 96 defensive rebound, which gives us Hall of Fame rebound chaser. We also get we get 87 block. So, and also we should be able to get more boards, but we really just want the 96 defensive rebound just to get rebound chaser. But starting off with the finishing stats, we're gonna have a 70 on the close shot. We're going to have 68 on the driving layup, and then we're going to have an 88 on the driving dunk. So what we're going to do with this is put 5 cap breakers to get that up to 93. And that way we'll be able to get posterizer on gold. Standing dunk will be 40. Alright, so 40 standing dunk. We'll just give us a few animations. Like the minimum we can have is 38, but 40 will at least give you the ability to get a few animations, which is solid. The shooting, we're going to have a 78 on the three-pointer. We're not going to put any mid-range because, in my opinion, this is the easiest 2K to shoot in of all time. So I feel like you don't really need any mid-range to shoot better. Like last year, you definitely needed a high mid-range to shoot really well. This year, you don't really need to at all. So you can really have any kind of rating and still hit pretty consistently, especially if you use your max plus 2s, especially if you have a, if you have lethal zones, especially if you have dimers, shooting from the corner, if you have your badges, things like that. So 78 three-pointers should be perfectly fine. We're not going to put any pass accuracy on the build, alright, because it's a little bit expensive, and also we don't really get too many attributes as it is. So pass accuracy is probably like the least important out of all these attributes, so that's why I'm just not going to put it on, because it is pretty expensive, I'm not going to lie. But you can definitely put it up if you want to, maybe put it up to like 75, but again, you would have to take down a lot of attributes, so I don't really think it would make sense. Interior, we're going to have an 88. So 88 interior will get us post lockdown on gold. Perimeter will be 85. So 85 perimeter will get us on ball menace on, on silver, which is solid. We don't have it now because we don't have the agility upgraded, but we'll be able to get that. We'll also be able to get movement forcer on gold. We'll get pick dodger on silver, and we're gonna have challenger on silver as well. The steal is going to be 85. So with 79 you get glove, but with 85 you get interceptor on gold. You don't really need to go up to 91 to get glove because glove doesn't really matter too much in this game, if I'm being honest, because the pluck steals are almost non-existent. Like if you've seen videos online of locks and stuff with high steal, trying to get blitz steals, they almost just don't work. In fact, I think they just happen randomly, more like it's more like RNG based than actually using the steal to get a steal, which is kind of messed up, I'm not gonna lie, but that's just how it is in this game. We're gonna have gold interceptor. It'll be perfectly fine. The block rating is going to be an 84. So 84 block will get us paint patroller on silver, as well as high flying denier. We should be able to get that to silver. We just don't have the vertical upgraded yet, but we'll be able to get that on silver. We can't get it on gold because you guys can see we only have 87 on the block. So we're just going to go 84 because we need 88 to get gold, but there's no point of going as high as possible because you can't even get 88. But we're going to go with a 92 defensive rebound here, and then we're going to go with an 80 on the offensive rebound. So that way you'll be able to get crash or takeover with the 80 O board. And then with 92 D board, you get gold rebound chaser off rip. But what we want to do is use 4 cap breakers to get up to 96. We're going to have 92 defensive rebound, then go up to 96. Now moving on to the physicals, we're going to have an 86 on the speed. And then we're going to have a 78 on the agility. Alright, so 78 agility, 86 speed. We're going to be pretty fast for being, we're 6'7". So we should be pretty fast, especially if we're trying to play center or power forward. Like you could play center, but I feel like especially with 7'4s in this game now, you probably shouldn't. But if you know how to play, you could do it a little bit. Like I said, I would just recommend doing power forward because that's just the easier thing to do. And even for a power forward, this build is still undersized, but look, it is what it is. This build is pretty good for like playing the big man on 3s and 2s and things like that. But For 5s, you're playing the center, you might get dogged out a little bit, I'm not going to lie. Especially if you're playing with 7'4", with max wingspan, or who has good rebounding. So the strength, we're going to have a 91. So 91 strength will give us brick wall on gold, which is solid enough. We can max +2 that to legend because it's a tier 2 badge. So that means we can max +2 it along with the other max +1 badges, which is solid. And then we're going to have 83 on the vertical, and that's going to finish off the build. We get Pogo Stick on Hall of Fame, which is really what we're looking for. And we also want our 80 vertical. Just in case we do use our cap breakers to get driving dunk, we can at least get 83, or we can at least get 80, but then we want the 83 for Pogo Stick, and also a little bit better rebounding animation, I'm not going to lie. So we want high vertical just so you get a lot of rebounds. You're going to have a really good body shape too. We just look at it here. So we're going to have burly body shape on this build, which is very, very nice. And yeah, I mean, you got to grind out Gatorade workouts, but if you have gym rat, things like that, then you'll just be able to get it off rip. So in terms of the build specialization, probably choose defense, so that way you can get Hall of Fame on the paint patroller to get that, get that up to Hall of Fame. And then maybe max +1, you could do post lock, you could do interceptor, you could do glove, or not glove, but like interceptor would be solid. Just some things to think about. And then your max +2, if you're struggling to shoot, maybe put on set shot, or maybe put on posterizer. If you want to dunk on people, you can get a legend if you use 5 cap breakers, get to 93. You can also use it on brick wall too to get that up there. So yeah, just some things to think about definitely when making this build as a build specialization. Probably choose defense like I said, and then use your max +2s and whatnot on like either your set shot, your poster, and then like the max +1s, same thing. It's just whatever you choose for the max +2, just choose the other badge for max +1. The build is called a two-way bulldozing cleaner, and it's going to be shades of Josh Smith, Draymond Green, and Bam Adebayo. And as you guys see, we got the go-to badges up there. We got the defensive rebound, strength, and driving dunk. And then the strengths, we got reads, misses, gets defensive boards. We got a strong imposing presence, I guess. We get reliable defender inside the arc, and also a poster threat. And then weaknesses, of course, we can't really pass the ball. And then easy dunks, I guess, because we don't have a high standing dunk. I guess that's the reason why we don't have that we have that weakness there. But we do have a high driving dunk still, so we can get a lot of posters and things like that. I do like the name as well, Bulldozing Cleaner. I think that's pretty solid. But let me know what you guys think about the build in the comments. That's going to do it for your video. If you guys liked it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I post every single day on this channel, new build videos every single day. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned for new uploads. But yeah, this is Airball. Peace.